There's a little story for this next one. Can I tell a story? Okay, I'll tell you the story. So, this is a new song. We were on tour last year, and we had a long run, and we had a long drive. We were driving from like Florida to Texas, I believe. It's like, I don't know, this is really far. 18 hours or something, in a van. And we decided that let's just like, drive like 10 and get to New Orleans. That way we can have like 2 days off in New Orleans because we love New Orleans. We can hang out and just chill rather than, the whole, 2 days being on the road. So we're like, great. So I told the guys, I'm like, great, you guys drive, I'm gonna fly. So, I know, right? Selfish. But, I flew into New Orleans. I had like an extra day to chill and everything. And the band and my tour manager arrived like, a day later. And I'm like, oh, how's the drive? And they're like, oh man, like, we got pulled over. And the thing about when we started the tour, the registration on my van had expired. But we were like, fuck it, we'll be fine, let's just do it. It wasn't really smart. But, so they get pulled over in like, I don't know, the dirty South, and they got the sheriff, aviators, and big, spit, whatever, I don't know. And this is all, this is what they told me, whatever. So they get pulled over, and he's like, license and registration. I guess they were speeding, and my tour manager Phil gives him the registration, and he takes it back to his car, and he like comes back, he's like, the registration is expired on your van. And Phil was like, yeah, I know. And the cop was like, well, who's Trevor? Who's the owner? It says Trevor. Who's Trevor? And Phil was like, oh, he's not here right now. And the cop was like, what? So Phil was like, he gave him the whole story. He's like, look, we're a band, we've been touring, and we had this long drive, and Trevor flew to New Orleans instead of driving with us. So according to the story, the cop kind of like, make sure his belt's on or something, and then, I don't know. It's details, it's all in the details. And he's like, so let me get this straight, right? Your boss, who is sitting pretty in a hotel room right now in New Orleans, gave you his unregistered van with all your equipment and gear and made you drive 18 hours, to New Orleans. And Phil's like, yeah, that's about right. And the cop was just like, you can just go ahead. So they get to New Orleans, whatever. We're hanging out. And one day I decided to go down to the Mississippi there, the river there, and just kind of, chill out. There's not a lot of people down there, and I'm walking along the river, and I have this shirt on that said Wish. And all of a sudden I hear this voice, this guy says, hey Wish man, what's your wish? And I like turn over, and there's this, like homeless guy sitting on a bench, this older man. And I was like, look, I'm in New Orleans, like New Orleans is a magical place, I'm gonna entertain this right now, No, it's okay, it's all good, I can talk. We're drinking and shit, it's all good. So, you're listening, that counts, right? So I'm like, so I go over to him, I'm like, hey, what'd you say? And he's like, hey Wish man, what's your wish? Your shirt says Wish, what's going on? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, come on man, if you had one wish in this world, what would it be? And I was like, man, you're kind of putting me on the spot right now. I wasn't really thinking about that. And he's like, take your time, man, I ain't going anywhere, I'm just chilling. So then I was like, well, what would your wish be? And he was like, my wish would be I would never run out of whiskey. And I was like, that's a good wish, okay? And then, like, I feel bad. You've heard this story already 3 times. Don't tell them what happens. They were there last night. It's okay. But, this has happened to me a few times where I meet people and you're on the road, you're on your life journey, whatever, and you meet somebody, a stranger, right? And either their person gets out of the way, and that great spirit, whatever, God, whatever you want to call it, comes down and guides you through them at that particular moment. Or it's that person's natural wisdom. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's a mixture of both, maybe. But all of a sudden, he just said, you know, close your eyes and that's it for us. All we got is this moment, man. And he was like, you don't know if I'm going to walk 15 steps this way, and I don't know if you're going to walk 15 steps that way. And he's like, everybody's, you know, running here, running there, but you close your eyes, that's it for us. That's all we got. So I was like, okay, yeah. And I was like, thank you. And he was like, it's all good, man, I'll see you around. And I said goodbye and wrote this song about my friend in New Orleans.